welcome to Center Stage. And I am Angelina, this is Remi, and we would like to go ahead and invite you to subscribe if you haven't done so. But today's episode, Remi is going to be sharing with us lessons that she has learned from Murphy, and she's also going to be talking on the topic of narcissistic personalities. So there's a lot there to learn, so stay tuned.
Okay.
Welcome back. And so, Remi, you were going to share with us some lessons that you have learned from Murphy. So, what has been going on?
Well, a lot has been going on with Murphy. And a lot.
Always with a puppy. There's always a lot going on with the puppy.
This dog, he's the cutest thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
He is so cute that you can hardly stand it. You just look at him and you just can't believe anything could be that cute. But
he is adorable. Oh my goodness. He is
a precious baby. But the other day, walking him, I tried to make it time, with my husband and the dog to go take a morning walk.
Mm-hmm.
And the mornings have been pretty nice lately.
Right.
And I think the wind today is a little bit stronger.
Yeah, it's cool. It's very cool here today.
But, so, unfortunately on this day, it was just a few days ago, I think it was Monday, I had to go by myself because my husband had something to do.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to the park where we usually go, and I, unfortunately, let him go around me in such a way that I couldn't move, and I tried to step and I couldn't, and I fell flat on my face. I mean,
no!
It was not pretty.
Now, where were you? You were in your yard, or
no? I was at a park near.
Oh, that's right.
The
Okay.
house.
Mm-hmm.
I think you know which one.
Yes.
It's kind of next door to a fountain pond. We got a little fountain. But they've redone it. It's really nice.
It is a nice park.
Yeah, it is.
Very
That's
nice.
why I get married
And so convenient for it to be so close to you.
Oh yeah, I know, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's great for walking.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a poop eater, there you go. The dog likes that. So we're not real happy about that. That's not a lesson I've learned.
Those aren't the treats you want him to have. Those aren't approved treats.
No, they're not.
We needed to add that one to our 15 things not to feed your pet from that we did last episode.
Exactly.
So if you haven't checked that out, please do.
That's right. And every dog we've ever had has been like that. And I read it. To understand it, I did go online and look, and they really do have a reason for doing that. But it comes from, a couple centuries ago about, the fact that, they needed that because it had vitamins and things like that, and they were scavenging. They weren't dogs yet.
Right,
And so it makes
They weren't domesticated where they were having, provided meals, several times a day. And
But anyway, I still try not to let him do that.
Because it is gross. I mean, you think about
disgusting.
what they're eating, and then they're licking your face or other parts of your body, and and you're like,
I don't even let him start to lick me because he likes to lick my toes. I said, okay, but doesn't that? No.
Right.
And but anyway, so we're walking along, and then he gets around me. And down I go, and I landed on my face. I saw stars, it really, I could not really catch myself. And because I had him, that's why I got bruised on my hand. It just, I had the leash. And I felt like I cracked my bone in my cheek. And I thought my nose was probably broken. So anyway,
now, did you end up with a black eye or anything? Because I know sometimes afterwards it kind of starts to appear.
It's funny. I've seen my circles under me, or the dark spots under my eyes, have gotten darker.
Okay.
And so I know
there was a little bruising there then.
But I had the only reason I was going to go see about it was because I felt like it did need to be x-rayed, because what if there was something wrong, and I waited, and Because my husband said, well, don't tell them they need to have x-rays. So I said...
the penny pincher.
Yeah, the boy, that's right. It doesn't matter if your cheekbones messed up. It'll get better.
You'll be all right.
Gosh, I know. But they did insist on doing that. We just didn't know. And I thought maybe I'd broken my fingers because they were so black at first. But anyways, I have healed so well. It's been wonderful. But lessons, number one is don't walk a puppy that is out of control unless you know you have control.
Right.
And that's really one of the very first things, because dogs don't know how to walk. They're taught how to walk.
That's right.
And you know, back in the day, we used to use chokers to do that. You know, it was just a thing, and they pull back on them, and they would kind of choke.
Right.
But it seems cruel now to do that. But that's how we used to do it when I was young. They all had chokers on with their collars,
right.
too. But anyway, but I couldn't do it anyway. But I just, you know, need to have more control, and to do that, I'm going to have to tighten up on the leash.
But
I am sending him to puppy school so that he will learn a lot of these things. Actually, I'm going to have somebody come to my home. But there are other things too. One thing that I've really picked up on is his need to know where you are at all times. And that is probably the sweetest, but the most infuriating.
Yes, it is. It is very aggravating to have that Velcro, like,
that's
you know.
Well spoken. That's exactly right, Velcro.
Because I had a Velcro dog too.
Yeah, they're so sweet.
Yes.
But not understanding that he's a puppy, though. I understand that, and he's probably not going to be that way as much later. But at the same time, it's so endearing.
I know.
That anybody really wants to go wherever I go.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, what we learn is, you know, it's best, though, when you observe it, that learn from that. You have to become independent enough so that you're not dependent upon someone else bringing you your happiness.
Right.
And the issue here is also that a friend of mine had said this last time I was traveling, and it made perfect sense. She said her dogs, she's so empathic that they would look at her and they do like, where are you going? What are we doing? What are we going to do?
That frantic and tight.
That's right. She told me, she said, I think it's cats from now on. So I don't know if dogs are more that way than cats.
Well, dogs are much more needy. I mean, you know, than a cat. I mean, a cat is I mean, they can fend for themselves, and
they can.
And like they say, you know, cats have staff.
Yeah, dogs
have masters, but cats have staff.
That is no truer words have ever been spoken.
That is a very accurate
because I've had all of them, because I love them both.
Oh, I do too. Yeah, we have.
So anyway, so there's always lessons going along, you know, that we have to learn, and independence is key. Also, he is. Much to my dismay, I kind of want to look at him and say, "What have you done with my husband?" You know,
you was telling me, how he's just, but how he's just taken to Murphy, and
he is like, because I left him in his crate while I was gone today, and Jim was like, "Well, you know." I mean, he started to just look pained.
He has a true endearment for Murphy.
Yes, he does. And he tries not to let on, but he really does. And the things that Murphy does.
But how can you not? I mean, look how cute he is.
He is
Come
cute.
on.
And the other day, the last thing I'll mention, he lies on his back. And he will do it in the middle of the street. When he's ready to rest, he goes down on all fours now. And I mean, it is unbelievable. He'll do it in the middle of the street. It's just like, what are you doing?
Yep.
But he'll also roll on his back. This particular breed is really, he sleeps on his back. He loves having his belly rubbed. So, you know, that's good. I like to rub his belly. But not on in the middle of the street. But anyway, so the other day, Jim was pulling, come on, we gotta go this way now, come on. And so all of a sudden we turn around, and he's on all fours, back like this, and Jim had been pulling, and he was just going right along with it. He was on his back, lying there, and there's Jim pulling him up our yard. I mean, it was just... Yes. And anyway, he really did look precious. I mean, but I'm looking forward to the end of the year because he'll then be a dog.
Right.
And that will be nice. So anyway, but we do love him. I was going to talk a little bit about today. We've been talking about personalities and personality disorders. And having worked in an environment where there are many personality disorders, and people were sick with those things,
right.
I was able to learn a great deal about what certain personality disorders look like. And narcissistic personality disorder, which we've talked about before, and borderline personality disorder do have some things that look like they're the same.
Have similar characteristics,
yes,
they share characteristics.
Yes, they do, and they are very pronounced. The one that is the biggest one I've always noticed is the one where, they do believe they're the center of the universe. And that right there is the biggest thing. And it is hard to miss that, even for the untrained eye. Sometimes it takes people a while.
Right. But eventually you pick up on that.
And if you start hearing a history of sexual abuse, that kind of thing, I think you lean more towards a borderline. But still, that you would, because a narcissist might take that. But you will notice things that are so similar. And so sometimes it's a little bit difficult at first to really know, what's going on. But the one that I think is the biggest one is the center of the universe.
Right.
And but I have been doing some little more research on something that I could discuss that would be pertinent to maybe somebody could remember this. There was a murder of a young man who was murdered by his girlfriend, and I think, they lived in Mesa, Arizona when this happened. His name was Travis Victor Alexander, and he died on June 4th, 2008.
Okay.
So it's really not that long ago. It's just 10 years.
Right.
It may seem long, but it really, that's
just a drop in the bucket now. Right.
That is just no time at all.
Yes. Yes, when you're young, it feels as though time is sitting still, but the older you get, the quicker, the years fly by.
They do. It's just amazing. Anyway, though, she was angry with him. I didn't need to say that part, but yes, she was. And she did. She stabbed him to death. She stabbed him 27 times.
Wow.
And I believe she slit his throat. And then they believe she did the gunshot after.
Oh, so she stabbed and shot him.
And she shot him once, I guess, for good measure.
Yeah.
That's all I could think. I mean, she stabbed him. And a lot of them were deep wounds on his back. But I figure, he was being hit before he could turn around. But she was really something else. So, I think looking at this, I really will say that I do appreciate that Psychology, the magazine Psychology Today, is very adept at getting the folks that can really write well and really give you insight. And this particular man, Dale Archer, MD, so he's a psychiatrist. And not a psychologist, a psychiatrist. And there is a big difference.
Right.
People don't understand that, but there is. But anyway, he said, remembering Jodi Arias, and that's the girl's name. Poster girl for narcissism.
Oh, wow.
Well, this is really an excellent.
Now, how old was she?
She was 20...
So she was young. So she was in her 20s.
She was in her 20s. Yes, she was in her 20s.
Oh, wow.
And he is very, very good at describing, what happened with her. And I think sometimes for me, I know that reading something and seeing it helps me understand it.
Right.
And so as I was reading this, of course, there's a lot to take in, but it's sad, so sad, and friends were concerned, and he had become concerned that her behavior was erratic and that kind of thing. And then, like happens so often today, nothing was done. So, and then the angrier she became.
Wow.
So the ultimate thing was that she just showed in the trial absolutely no remorse.
Oh, wow.
Nothing. And that was not missed by the jury. So, but they had her DNA in there. I mean, she didn't. I mean, she was just angry. It was an act of angry rage, and she is
such heightened violence.
Oh,
I mean, to have stabbed him as many times as she did, and then to finish it off with a gunshot.
Well, to be honest, she tried to say it was self-defense, and I said, "Are you kidding me? 27 times.
Right.
Now, if you had shot him once,
right,
because you knew where a gun was, or stabbed him one time in the chest." Well, yeah, that might be understandable.
There would be more. It would be more questionable that may have been what led to that. But but with it being such a violent, murder,
it really was. And so, and when you see that, you can also see that the personality disorder is very, very, very. With her, she was saturated in it. I mean, and it's like you said, poster girl for narcissism. And she was not stupid. She was an intelligent young woman. But she, I thought I had a little picture. Here I do. Occupation. This is a biography of her that I got off biography.com. Anyway, she here is name Jodi Arias, occupation murderer is what this article put. No, wait a minute. She was his age, I guess. She's July 9th. He was a little older.
Okay.
She was 37 when it happened.
Oh, okay.
I believe. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm not looking. No, 37, that's right.
Okay.
And she was born in California. And for some reason, this biography put in her zodiac sign as being Cancer. I'm not sure why, but that was kind of interesting. But anyway, this was if you look at her picture, she's just a nice looking young woman. But you rapidly see what our doctor is trying to tell us once you start reading it. I mean, it's just clearly a case of a personality disordered woman. I mean, she was saturated with narcissism. And being self-important, she felt she had a right because he had done her wrong, wrongly.
Wow.
So that is really where it stems from that. She, he had decided to take somebody else on a trip. I think this when he was getting ready to say, look, we need to call this off. And I think when he did that, that was the trigger.
Right.
And I don't think there was any more. And nobody could have done a thing.
That just set her in a state
Oh,
that
yes.
she
That was a trigger for
just
her.
could not come back from. I mean,
she could not. So anyway, I was just wanting to bring this up because, and next time I'll talk a little bit more about
Okay.
her. And just remember that this came from the Psychology Today website. And I hope that you will venture into, education and read the article.
Okay.
It would be
and we will link
right.
this article
Absolutely.
in the description.
So next time we'll talk further.
Well, thank you for joining us, and if you have not subscribed, please go ahead and do that. And also, don't forget to select the bell so that you get a notification as soon as each new episode is published. So you have a great day, and we'll see you guys next time.